All right, so we showed on some previous videos on our previous client some of the abdominal work. I'm just going to reiterate it again with Amy. Okay, bring the sheet up higher. So our landmarks are the pelvis, the rib cage, look for the navel. Here's the center. Full deep breath. Remember, we're trying to find her core. We're trying to rock her from her center, not from her surface. This is surface. This is center. Know the difference. Practice. It's all about being loose, firm in your arm. It's kind of like I'm doing the motion with my elbow. Just a little bit of pulses, short pulses until the body builds up some momentum. And then as I'm doing this, I'm assessing, I'm getting a sense for where the tension is in her abdomen. And I can just kind of explore and feel areas of hardness, areas that just pop up that need special attention. So our fingers can be like diagnostic scalpels. We're kind of just like, we're not doing any surgery, but we're poking. We're trying to feel below the surface of the skin, and we're looking for those tight areas. I did feel one right here, but that's on her other side of the body. I'm trying to get something on this side here first. And the reason we do that is the intestines, anatomically, you've got the large intestine, which comes up from the right side of the body, the transverse colon that goes across, and then the descending colon. And you always want to work with the natural rhythms of the body. So the body wants to bring waste material this way, across and down. And so we kind of just want to work with that first, just help it along. You know, some schools teach that, yes, it is going this way, so you have to start from this side. As long as you're using a downward pressure, right? If you've got a really clogged hose, for example, you know, if you want to get it out from one end, let's say you're trying to push the waste material this way, you know, you don't just start going like this because you're going to keep it compacted. It's just going to get denser and denser and denser as you compact it. So you kind of pull it out from this side. So I think there's merit to it where you can, you know, as long as we know that our direction needs to be this way, but if we start from the outside first, kind of bringing it down a little bit. There's a move we call the colon flush, which I'll do in a separate video. But just remember, ultimately, we want to go in this direction, and it just depends where you want to start to help the process. Okay, full deep breath. Okay, so now I just want to show, here's the rib cage, the right rib cage, here's the left rib cage. Right in here is the diaphragm underneath that. It's a dome-shaped muscle like this that we bring down, and inhale, comes up, exhale. All right, so what we're trying to do is sometimes people get a lot of anxiety, they get nervousness, and the diaphragm doesn't move as well as it should, so we're not getting as deep a breath. So this is more of an advanced technique, but I'll just include it here. This is called a diaphragm massage. So in order to access it, we need to go down as our client is exhaling, come in, up under the rib cage, catch that muscle if you can feel it, the diaphragm muscle, and then pull it down. It can feel a little bit uncomfortable, but it's very effective. It will definitely improve the breathing. All right, so you look at our fingers. Here's the rib cage. It makes a V, or I guess an A, the top of it, depending on which angle you're coming from, an A or a V upside down. And look, our fingertips, if you have your middle finger is longer than your other fingers. Well, look at that. It just kind of fits perfectly. This is why, like I say, we're meant to massage. All right, full deep breath. Inhale, exhale. We're going to go down, 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 down. Go in and up and grab that diaphragm and then pull it down. Yeah, it's not the most enjoyable, but it can be really effective. We can start just gently first, just with a few fingers, making some space. Pull the right rib cage out to the right. Pull the left rib cage out to the left. Okay, you're not going to crack their thoracic, or crack their chest cavity. Inhale again. We'll do 2 steps forward, 1 step down. Inhale again. Good. Good job. Give it some reward. Make some space there. Now you see, I'm twisting my arm, so I'm pulling things down in a way. Again, compression in our chest, expansion. So we go in, down, and out. In, down, in, and out. Down, in, and out. Full deep breath. Excellent. Good job, Amy. You're an excellent breather. Okay, some little chest pumps. Now, it's very important to have a full inhalation and a full exhalation. Focused and conscious, many times throughout the day. We mostly breathe unconsciously. It's just happening below the surface of thought. Subconsciously, our body just will breathe on its own. We don't need to focus on every breath. But it's important to take some measured and conscious breaths throughout the day, especially if you're feeling stressed out, if you're having a hard time at work, if you need to discipline your children, maybe just slow it down a little bit, take some nice, full, focused, purposeful, conscious breaths, and then just try to get that diaphragm down. If we're breathing short and shallow into our chest, it's kind of an anxiety issue. It can cause anxiety. So anxiety causes your breathing to be short and shallow. When your breathing is short and shallow, you're anxious, but also when you're anxious, your breathing is short and shallow. So we want to offset that. Open up the rib cage. Emotions and physiology run hand in hand, right? When you're happy, you're going to smile. But if you want to force yourself to be happy, just force a smile. All right? It's kind of a chicken and an egg situation. What comes first, the happiness and then the smile, or the smile then the happiness? Same thing with the breathing. Do you feel good and breathe more deeply? Or do you breathe more deeply and feel good? Both are true. So you can play with them in any order you like. All right, so now I'm going to do some chest compressions just to get rid of some stagnant chi in the lungs. Full deep breath. Exhale completely. Exhale. And again. And you can feel the breath is getting squeezed out. So sometimes if we breathe in and we breathe out, we don't get the bottom of the air out of our lungs, or the lungs out of the bottom, the air out of the bottom of our lungs. So it's helpful to have some of those compressions. Good. So this is one area that doesn't get massaged a lot. When's the last time you went for a massage and they tried to open up your rib cage? It probably hasn't happened very often. But in our style of massage, it's very important. It's through the breath we process out the tension. So by opening up the rib cage, by opening up the diaphragm, we're getting a better breath and we're getting better tension release. And we're having a better state of health. Right? Happy breath, happy life. So it's very important. Get rid of that stagnant chi from the lungs, open up the chest cavity, drop the diaphragm, breathe more deeply, have a better life. All right. So I guess that's it for this segment.